I know some of the time she felt like she was conversing with a wall, yet I most certainly retained all that she expressed. So I generally pursue shrewd choices. There's such a lot of continuing such countless endowments, such countless incredible things. This is at a point in my vocation where there's not a many individuals letting me know no, and all that's completely open. Have you known about the most recent embarrassment Michael B. Jordan appears to have at last had enough of the delicious show encompassing his relationship with Lori Harvey? And think about who's to be faulted. In all honesty, Marjorie Harvey, Lori's mother, that is correct, she's purportedly the mannequin expert, making every one of the things happen and controlling everybody around her. Yet presently Marjorie Harvey is applauding back at Michael for uncovering her filthy privileged insights. Appears as though unfortunate Michael is worn out on being snared in the Harvey family's snare of show. It has now chosen to uncover everything. We should rewind to 2021, when these two lovebirds had the world fainting over their marvelous sentiment, their honorary pathway appearances, and heartfelt signals, had fans entranced. Yet quick forward to June 2022, and their relationship changed decisively. Everything began with an enigmatic Instagram story from Lori. She posted a photograph of a vehicle's tag with a strange message, "Dump him," composed on it. Discuss causing a commotion. It plainly showed that their once fortunate romantic tale was getting into a few difficult times, yet hang on close. Since Michael wasn't in 2022, fans went into a free-for-all when Lori bafflingly cleared all hints of Michael off of her Instagram. Yet hold up, the dark Jaguar star hasn't responded the virtual entertainment purging at this time. He's actually clinging to recollections of Lori Harvey, including a genuine post from February, where he pronounced his adoration for her after the separation was last. Steve Harvey couldn't avoid ringing in on the separation during an episode of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. He even affirmed that his little girl had to be sure tapped out with Jordan. Exemplary Steve, continuously finding humor in his own previous connections. He said, "I'm Group Lori, 1000% things happen being youthful and at the center of attention, and having an effective relationship is difficult. It's going to accept this without a fight." He released a searing rebound at his disposal during a shocking presentation on Saturday Night Live. He made obviously he wouldn't let this separation dramatization characterize him. It was a snapshot of win and flexibility for the magnetic doctrine celebrity, demonstrating that he could transform misfortune into unadulterated, innovative discharge break for life. "I will get in better shape." Yet I was at that point in statement of faith shape. A couple of days after the fact, Twitter detonated with responses from fans when Steve again shared an image on his Twitter page post. Separation. The image read, "Some of the time we want to say thanks to God for what didn't occur yet." It didn't stop there. Being the steady father, Steve posted a few useful tidbits, advising everybody to cherish yourself, my G. And we should not disregard Marjorie. She took her obscure game to an unheard of level by sharing a proclaiming video of Jennifer Lewis tossing some immediate shade at unfortunate Michael. Sit-in too lengthy, it quit smelling. Come the out of it ended up being very clear during the couple's comfortable relationship that Lori's folks couldn't avoid adding an additional fuel to the generally blasting shoot this time. Once the show conduits opened, individuals burned through no time voicing their viewpoints and tossing conceal, particularly at Marjorie Harvey. The top plant began blaming her for showing Lori a few super cold strategies and manipulative procedures. When it came to connections, Yoser, the general population, appeared to have a field day analyzing the Harvey relational peculiarities. And I know some of the time she felt like she was conversing with a wall, yet I most certainly consumed all that she expressed. So I generally go with savvy choices in a selective meeting on CBS mornings. The swake Michael B. Jordan spilled some stunning disclosures too. As a matter of fact, Gail Ruler, prepare yourselves for this stunner recall. When Michael referenced being on the dating application Raya, It turns out he was simply joking, yet prior to talking about how he managed a high-profile relationship finishing, Michael answered saying, "I think for me, it's that I was sufficiently fortunate to have a ton of work, and that is all there is to it, was an encounter for me to develop. Yet that is not the juiciest piece of the meeting." And in a roundabout way, he admitted that Lori was not the most ideal one for him, appears, as though he has had enough of Marjorie Harvey's control game. And he's finished with her enjoying their poisonous unique, that he has no other choice except for to continue on. In all honesty, this lady has a few serious abilities beforehand when she got hitched to Jim Townsend, and afterward Darnell Woods, besides the fact that she figured out how to keep away from prison time. Yet she likewise had a skill for extracting each and every penny from her past connections. And we're not talking little bucks here. With Marjorie's manipulative ways, uncovered, it's no big surprise that Lori in her relationship was looking for more than whatever Michael brought to the table, for the unique pieces are beginning to fit together. And obviously Lori is searching for an alternate sort of affection that isn't polluted by control and ulterior thought processes. Reports recommend he isn't exactly prepared to hop once again into the dating game yet anyway. An insider asserts that Lori Harvey acknowledged they weren't in total agreement, while she and Jordan were making arrangements for their future. Such a lot of continuing, such countless gifts, such countless incredible things. This is at a point in my profession where there's not a many individuals letting me know no and all that's totally open. So traveling once again into the past, Marjorie and Steve's romantic tale started way back in 1990 at a satire club. It was a hurricane sentiment, with Steve going totally gaga for Marjorie from the beginning, yet their affection copied out as fast as it lighted. And they chose to head out in different directions only weeks after the fact. Bits of hearsay have been twirling that their underlying separation was all on account of Marjorie's high. As can be assumptions, when it came to abundance, it appears to be that Steve didn't exactly coordinate to the monetary principles she had imagined for her ideal accomplice. Cash. Such a wicked game. You see, Steve was not just new out of a very long-term marriage with Mary Shackelford, yet he burned through no time in jumping recklessly into the arms of Marjorie. The speed at which he continued on left people talking and eyebrows raised. How is it that he could abandon 10 years of responsibility so rapidly? That was upsetting. After the separation, Mary herself, hated by Steve's supposed disloyalty, volunteered to let the cat out of the bag on his alleged undertaking with Marjorie. While he was as yet hitched to her, this time she was furnished with instant messages. And so forth. Mary opened up to the world to guarantee that Marjorie undermined her relationship with her own child, Winton. He took my Winton from me. He turned my child against me, had me ousted from our home, tossed out every one of the organizations, all the cash, the vehicles at a second. When I was down, and crushed. He moved all that he moved, the controlled. He controlled the courts, everything against me. And presently we should plunge further into the main issue at hand, our darling heartbreaker, Michael B. Jordan, trapped in the trap of Lori's self-centeredness. Apparently Lori, a willing understudy of Marjorie's lessons, has assimilated the actual quintessence of her mom's control strategies. It's no big surprise that unfortunate Michael wound up caught in this tangled wreck of duplicity, and show the signs where they're hiding underneath the outer layer of their high-profile sentiment. The Harvey family's name appears to be inseparable from strife and despair, and individuals are really glad that Michael got away from the Harvey web. Yet presently, it seems as though Marjorie's captivating world will flip, since karma is coming to hit her, since her ex, Jim Townsend, is composing a book called Snakes in the Nursery, the untold story of Jim's life. Even the book's depiction makes tension. As it peruses, you'll get a fantastic view to see what it resembles to manage revolting medication, managing my union with Marjorie Harvey. Individuals frantically trust that Jim will uncover Marjorie's chronic drug use and contribution in his thriving medication period. Anything the book holds, it will mix some contention in the Harvey family, as per Townsend. He has proactively composed 66% of the book, while spending time in jail. Seems as though he came arranged this time. He has no issue educating everything regarding Marjorie's life, yet just at the right cost, which is 29.99. He professes to have no loyalty to her, and will uncover all that he is familiar with her. We should rewind to when Marjorie easily coasted, starting with one rich man, then on to the next, leaving poor Jim moping in prison, consumed by lament for all that he did to safeguard her, and like a phoenix, coming back to life, Marjorie tracked down her match in the scandalous Steve Harvey. Yet don't be tricked by his job as a caring stepfather to Marjorie's kids Morgan, Jason, and Lori, on the grounds that Steve's history is a father to his own natural children, Cognate, Carly, and Winton, fails to impress anyone it kicked, realized that pressure off fermenting between the Harvey kids and the mixed relational peculiarity may not be pretty much as amicable as it shows up at its focal point is.